Hello, this is William Bowman, and I'm recording this video for Mr. Larry Toothman over at Alamo City Landscape. Thank you so much for allowing me to record this video for you. So I want to explain what exactly I found on your website and show you what to change in order to get better results digitally. In order to do that, I want to explain some things so that you have an understanding of how to implement the changes and be able to tell when the changes are actually working. Because honestly, results is what we're after here, right? So I'll be covering the volume of clients looking for your services in your specific area, what your top online competitor is doing to win that volume currently, and things that you can do this exact moment on your site to start winning those clients in the future. So to start out, I wanted to cover your site. I did notice that it's one of the one-page scrolling sites to go all the way down. This has its applications. It can be useful. It can deter from some people wanting to scroll all the way down to find specific information. So if you want to use this style, one thing that I would recommend is having have the number follow you, so that if somebody sees this picture and like, oh my god, I wanted exactly that, they don't have to look to try and find your number or anything like that. They can immediately just call you. Other than that, I think if you could grab some content would be really good. You probably want 1,000 to about 1,500 words of content on any pages that you're trying to rank. The reason being is because in that content, you can actually put in keywords. And let me talk to you about what keywords actually are. So keywords are simply just what somebody would throw into Google in order to find your services. So if somebody were to throw in tree services San Antonio, the first thing that they would see is they'd see a bunch of ads. I'm glad to see you're not here on the ads. What I noticed is that a lot of clients will actually skip past these. They will come down to what we call the Google Map Pack. This is actually a very valuable place to be. If you don't already have this set up, you just go to GMB. It's called Google My Business, and you can actually set up the name of your company. You can put the location, and they'll give you a little dot on the site. And allow you a place to put your reviews and a link to your website. And this actually helps you rank your website. So definitely, if you haven't done that, go ahead and go about getting that accomplished. Last but not least, we're getting into the organic search section. So this is the search section that is only based off of these words. You cannot pay to be here. And this is what I wanted to focus my time on here explaining. So this is your top digital competitor, San Antonio Tree Surgeons. When we go to their site, the first thing that you're going to notice that the difference is they have this little lock here. This lock is just basically an SSL certificate is what they call it. It's just basically saying that you can share information back and forth between your users of your site encrypted. So that actually avoids, if you notice that right here it says not secure, it's because you're missing that SSL certificate. So that actually, if you find your site through Google and you try and go to your site, it will actually give you an error code saying, hey, this site doesn't look to be secure. It'll actually scare a lot of people off. So this SSL certificate, you can Google that. It's not that hard to get. Basically, you just are verifying the ownership of your site and agreeing to send information encrypted, which that SSL certificate takes care of. But I don't want to go into a bunch of things on their website, right? You know, they have a lot of content, they have pictures, all of that, the contact form. But what I do want to show is underneath the hood. So I want to take you underneath the hood on their site and your site and just kind of show you what they're doing differently. That way you can see kind of how they're gaining, you know, this 694 people coming to their site on average every single month. That's great traffic, and that's what we're after. So if we look here, we're seeing that there's the UR and DR. So a UR is your URL rating, 0 to 100. The higher the number, the better. Theirs is a 31. That's actually a fairly good score. You know, I would expect a score like that for being number 1 on the organic search. Then you have the DR. This is the domain rating. This is like the power, the reputation of your site. This is also 0 to 100, and the higher the better. So it's actually surprising that theirs is only a 2.9. And the way to raise these two numbers, one mechanism is through backlinks. Backlinks are, imagine if I'm writing a blog and I say, you know, Alamo City Landscape are the best in town, go use them, and I put a link there to your site. That's an example of a backlink. So it looks like they have 66 different websites, sending them a total of 908 backlinks. So with backlinks, I do want to focus on the fact that quality is way better than quantity. I've seen 5 or 10 backlinks beat 1,000. You definitely want to get quality backlinks in there as opposed to poorly made backlinks. But let's go into the organic keywords that they're actually ranking for. So when we pop in here, we're going to see tree service San Antonio. So that's the keyword. This is the volume of people that search for it every single month on average. And this is their position here. So their position 1 for this word, which has 2,500 volume. No wonder they're getting so many people coming to their site. And then you have San Antonio tree surgeons. See, I wouldn't try and rank for something like that because that's their specific name. So it's good that they're ranked for it, right? But somebody already knows their name by the time they throw that into Google. So I would recommend to anybody that's trying to get more volume is go for what we call buyer intent words. So certified arborist San Antonio. That's somebody looking for a certified arborist in San Antonio. There's about 350 people a month who look for that. So focus on things like that. And, these volumes do add up. You start adding up all of these guys and you start realizing that that's how they're getting so many people coming to their site. So now let's look at your site here. We're going to see that the UR6, DR0, you have a couple backlinks, but you're not ranking for any keywords. So that's resulting in 0 people on average a month coming to your site. So my biggest tips and tricks for you would be to get those keywords on there. So that means create content and sprinkle those keywords 5 or 6 times. If you need to look back to the video to see some of the keywords that they're using to kind of copy that a little bit, sprinkle those 5 or 6 times throughout any page that you want to rank. Create some backlinks, quality backlinks, some quality sites. That will help you raise your UR and DR. And then get this SSL certificate for your site. And last but not least, if you don't have this GMB set up, definitely go get that set up. And that should start making some impacts there on the volume of clients that you're getting digitally. I hope this information was useful and I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much and I hope to hear some feedback. Goodbye.